planting new trees can be really exciting because you're creating something new. However, if you end up with sore arms just like I did, then you might want to check out this video. Come with me. Hello Body Gardeners, here we are again on Body on Soil, where I am sharing with you some body practices to regenerate not only your soil but your own body. If you missed the first episode, if you missed my first video about what this channel is about, you can check it out here. Today I'm going to share with you my story with the new garden here. So as you might know, I got this land a year ago, officially on my name, and it's not huge but not small either. And my idea is to work it only with my hand, or manpower, woman power, because my idea is to make this place not only a garden, not only a regenerated agricultural project, but also a place of regeneration for myself and my family. This year I started spring by getting some trees. I really googled them and tried to find the best combinations. So I got a few trees. It was a nice delivery, and as I looked at them laid out on the ground, I was wondering that, oh my gosh, where I'm going to plant them. It's just one thing to plant things on paper, and another is to realize it on the spot. So I knew that some new trees are coming, and that's why I decided to start digging before they came. Like, I started it like 2-3 weeks before, and then the weather was totally different. It was still very moist. That was the end of the winter season, and Ayurvedically it's easy to understand that that's the end of the wet season. So it was much more easier actually to dig. Now spring came quite early, and I must say that the soil is a lot harder to work with right now. So I have my 2 arms and my little helper who's a professional in digging, but still we had some issues with doing the holes, especially that this place was protected by nature. You know, nature protects the soil. Whenever there is bare soil, nature tries to cover it. So we have a lot of rosehip and all sorts of other bushes and trees that are especially thorny. So it was very hard that, you know, while I was digging, I was always getting caught in the thorns, and you know, there is a moment when you just feel like, oh, it's a bloodshed. The favorite tree that I bought, and which I was more interested about, was the mulberry tree. I really wanted to have one because I just love the taste of it. The type that I got is called Everbearing Illinois, or Illinois. You can correct me, my English is not perfect. It's not my mother tongue anyway, so all comments are welcome on my English and my gardening skills. The rest, the body, I'll help you out with. I was reading a lot about this tree, how to plant it, and it was actually a common advice that you should first take off the soil. It came in a pot, so you should liberate it, aerate it, and untangle the curled up root systems. And if you need to, you can cut it, because if you keep that as it is, then the tree might suffocate itself over the years when these encircled roots are growing bigger and basically just, you know, suffocating the tree and killing the tree. So that was not the point. I was doing it, and as you can see, it was just coming out beautifully because the mulberry tree has wonderful yellow roots. It was really fun doing that. It was just aesthetically pleasing, which is, let's be honest, it's part of the gardening thing. All your senses come alive and you can enjoy many of the senses through touch, you know, the air, the smells, and why not the sight. But what happened to my body in the meantime? I could feel that as I was holding the tree and trying to aerate it and liberate the roots and untangle it like a matted wig. It was fun. It was like a person's head, basically. I just had to hold it So my biceps was getting tired, and then when I finally could put it into the land and I was spreading the roots to the side so it can grow sideways, which will make the tree very stable in the long run, I had to hold it with one hand and work with the other, and in a strange position. So by the end of the day, I could feel my arms very heavily. Also not to mention the digging that I did before. And as I was looking at the pictures I took of the roots of this tree, I remember that our body is basically built up of the same elements, and our fascial system is just like an asymmetrical, chaotic web of collagen and elastin and all sorts of connective tissue. Sometimes we need to release it, otherwise we just get stuck and our freedom of movement gets very limited. That's what I teach in Spirar. The first thing is to create. Before you start exercising, before you want to build anything, create space. Create space in your fascia, in your body. And that's also a good practice to do before you start working heavily your muscles, which I forgot. That was my problem, maybe. But also, after the work, you can relax the muscles the same way. Now, let me show you an exercise how you can do it right on the land when you finished working. So basically, what you will use is your in-breath and your out-breath. It's very important that you link the movement with the breath, and you link it with a specific pattern. I'll try to keep it simple. So the first idea is that you just keep a resistance, one arm against the other. Feel the bone-to-bone connection. I hope you can hear me. Maybe I just reorganize this thing here a little bit. So first you just give resistance with one arm to the other, and you inhale and you round the lower back, you round the area around your kidneys. You just want to make yourself round like a small hedgehog. You breathe in, you hold it in, you keep resisting, bone against bone, and you really make it hard resistance. And then as you exhale, you start coming out from this curve into another curvature, which is more concave, and you give yourself a long stretch, loading your arm onto the other while exhaling slowly. Okay, so let's do it. It's like a brushing move, and you can see the same thing that I did with the plant. Let's do it again together. So inhale, resist and hold the breath, round the back, hold it, and then exhale, load and a long stretch with a concave back while you release the air. And now just check, how does it feel? The right arm compared to the left arm. Maybe let's do it one more time. Inhale, resist. Hold breath, round the back. Expand the kidneys backwards, your whole back. And exhale, comb it out, untangle it, long stretch, especially to your lower arms. You can also use it here. You can use both sides, because most of the time you can get tired here, and this is a very much unvisited or undiscovered space, but it can hurt a lot. Okay, so let's do it one more time on the other side, just to make things even. Inhale, resist. Hold breath and exhale, load, and try to make a concave back, just following the natural pattern of the exhalation. And again, inhale, resist. Round the back, hold the breath, resist, keep resisting, bone to bone. Give yourself a good pressure. Feel that you're closing this circle, and it can tremble, it's fine. It's even better if it trembles, then it means that you're working. And exhale, load and curvature, like a nice back bend. Okay, so how do you feel now? Put it in the comments if you want. Choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo. Maybe this little demonstration made it a bit more clear why it's important to follow the natural patterns. If you're not connecting back to those organic primal postures, if you want, which means that on the inhale it's receiving, it's rounded, it's like accepting something, and on the exhale you're making yourself long, elongated and relaxed, even in the fascial plane. We all have our blind spots, which are like these forgotten, hidden in the soil roots that I discovered with the mulberry tree. We are also living our life in a pot, like the mulberry tree did. This is how we grow. We are very much disconnected from nature because of our office work, spending so much time in shoes, spending so much time indoors, spending so much time in our car seats. When you do the gardening, let it be a liberating experience and weed out not only your soil, but the unnatural patterns from your breathing, your mind, and your body. We say a big thank you for being with us, and come back for more. Let's grow together. Bye bye.